Well, hi students, and welcome to BA1152 Quality Tools. I'm glad you're here, and I'm really happy that you took this class for whatever reason, but I hope that this taking this class will give you some information on how to use these 7 tools that we're going to study in these next 5 weeks, and at least give you some information. You know the old saying, the more you know, as they say on NBC, or a little knowledge is a good thing. It's important to continue to learn things. And if you have an affinity for being involved in continuous quality improvement, that's wonderful. But if you don't, there's a lot of things that you can do that will make your life easier. And when you collect data, which is pretty much what this is going to be about, when you collect data and present it, then it makes it easier to justify your point of view. So I'm hoping we can learn how to do that. So what you're going to see on the welcome page here, since you're at this point, you've already taken the syllabus orientation quiz and start here. I'm going to show you this is the optional textbook. And as you saw in start here, it is available on Amazon. And as I believe I said, it's not a horrible little book. I was actually, when I first got it, I went, what is this? And all it does is list, I don't know how many, but there's 2 pages in the table of contents. A lot of different quality tools. We're not going to cover all of them, but it tells you how to use them, how to collect the data. So it's really a good little thing to look at. So this is what I want you to do every time you come to class. You will be greeted with the welcome page, and then let's go to learning modules. So you'll see this for the first week. If this is for students who didn't take the quiz, who didn't go to start here. So this just tells them that they need to take it before Sunday the 29th. You've already done that. We don't have to worry about it. I'm giving you this information about how to get Microsoft Office for free. It's part of being a CNM student. And so there's all these things here to click: video on how to install it, a document on how to include access, and then here's how to actually get the free access. And then you choose other installs. So you will need to use Word. And I'm just going to say Word and Excel for sure. And so this class is going to be very homework based. It's not, if you've taken other classes like this, whether with me or with somebody else, this one is different. The whole class is different. It's a different presentation, and it's presented the same to you, but it's different content. That's what I meant to say. And so you will actually be creating, I will provide information, and you will go and complete whatever the charts are. We're going to have some things wrapped around it. And so I'm going to take you through the first module here. I do want to point out at the bottom of all of the modules is a module here called optional content. So let me explain what's going on. This class has been taught in the past by other instructors. It was assigned to me, so I took their content and I reorganized it to fit the way my previous classes are. So if you've taken any of these 1-credit classes with me, you're already in the mode of, you took the syllabus orientation quiz, you're going to have exactly the same presentation of content in all of the modules. But there were the previous instructors had a lot of information that they presented, and I don't want to overwhelm you. I wanted to meet the outcomes, and I wanted to focus on the quality tools. So this optional folder has the other information that they presented, and some of it is kind of text heavy. I didn't delete anything. I didn't modify anything, but you can go in there and look around and just kind of see. I think there are even some homework assignments in there, but they're not part of this class. They're not part of your grade. But if you want to go in and take a look, if you have any questions or contact me through messages. But it's worth looking at because it presents some other things that I didn't include in this class. Okay, so this is module 1. So this is what the modules all look like. It'll kind of tell you a little bit about what we're going to do. This is our introductory module. I'm sorry. So you're going to have an introductory discussion, a process discussion. This one is a little different from previous ones in that I had to do the 2 discussions in this module, and it'll all make sense by the 5th week. There's a beginning journal entry and then an assignment. And so all of this closes on next Monday, which is April 1st, and that's no fooling. And then 10 o'clock, not midnight. Remember that. All right, so click here to access. We're going to go through module 1. This is the overview. And so I talk a little bit about these classes. What I want to say in the second paragraph is, as you take these classes or any other class, be very observant in your work and home and community, your school. What do they do? What do they do? How can you apply what you learned in all of your classes into a class like this, a class of philosophy, math, any kind of thing? So we're going to look at how to apply these quality tools. I'm going to talk a little. We're going to cover the 7 quality tools, which is the focus of the class. We're going to look at what processes are and other components of analysis and decision making in order to implement changes that bring about quality improvement. So the purpose in using these quality tools is to analyze situations and present that data in a chart or a graph or a sheet. Okay, it's like, how can we check to make sure we can check our progress, and then we can see how we can use this. So I pared this down to the bare minimum that I could and still cover and meet all of the outcomes. Okay, so the optional text says organizations around the world are using continuous quality improvement as their strategy to bring about dramatic changes in their operations. Their purpose is to stay competitive in a world of that should be instant communication and technological advancement. That will be instant by the time you see it. These organizations need to meet or exceed customer expectations while maintaining a cost-competitive position. Continuous quality improvement, a systematic organization-wide approach for continually improving all processes that deliver quality products and services, is the strategy that many organizations are adopting to meet today's challenges and to prepare for those down the road. The thing is, now what goes on is that we are now a global economy and a global planet. So we don't really, very few companies have a market on any kind of industry, because once it becomes public, somebody will create a generic brand or take an idea and make a slightly different version of it. So the point is, now if you're running a business or providing a service or a product, you have to stay competitive. You do not want your customers to open up your product and go, well, this isn't any value to me. I paid too much for what I got. I wanted a quality product. So you're seeing this around the world now, and other countries are using this process to maintain their competitive edge and to stay productive. Okay, so we need to analyze. So we need to look at what to do, analyze it, and the tool to fix it. So we're going to look at what I'm going to give you a comprehensive what are quality tools. Okay, there are 7 quality tools that are used to control and manage quality in an organization: flowchart, histogram, cause and effect diagram, check sheet, scattergram, control charts, and Pareto charts. So some are diagrams, some are charts, and one is a sheet. 6 of these are used when working with numbers. So right there, that's a clue. So if you're having to do something with counting or something involving numbers, you're going to use 6 of those 7 tools. The other one, the cause and effect diagram, or the fishbone diagram, is used when working with ideas, and we're going to explore each of them individually. So we need to look at what is going on. So we're going to need to identify all the relevant elements of a process improvement project. That's through a SIPOC diagram. So we're going to do that this week. Okay, so here's how this is laid out. These are exactly what you have to do. As I said on the front of the module, there are 2 discussions this week. The introduction discussion, where you introduce yourself and reply to at least 2 others. Then we're going to do a process discussion and reply to at least 2 others. There's a reflection journal, which just gives you a chance to kind of say, hey, here's who I am, here's what I'm doing, here's what I think. And then there's another one at the end of the term. So this is the only one. And then I'm going to give you the information on the SIPOC diagram. Okay, remember, this module closes at 10 o'clock on Monday, April 1st. Here is a breakdown of what's going on. The 2 discussions are always worth 20 points. This journal entry is 100. And the assignment, when there's one assignment, the assignment is worth 50 points. In 2 of the modules, there are 3 assignments because we have 7 quality tools. So what I have is I have an assignment for each tool, and then I just broke up the amounts. So one will be worth 20, another one will be worth 20, another one will be worth 10. each module's worth of assignments are worth 50. And that just made it easier for me all the way around. All right. So now I'm going to go and I can either go over here to the table of contents and click on the next thing, or I can come over here to the right to this little arrow and move on to the readings. Now, I'm not going to read these for you. So you can check each of these are a hyperlink. And if you want to save them on a document or something like that, here are the URLs. There are 2 pages from the optional textbook. Oh, this is cool. I'm glad I did this. Okay. So, and it's going to be oh no, I did it the right way. Okay. So this is the tool selector chart. So 6 of these charts that we're going to do are over here. And one of them, the cause and effect or fishbone, is over here. But this is the table of contents. These are the other charts, the other tools that are in this book. So I wanted to show you what that was. And then it tells you what page it's on in the book. This says generating and grouping. So that's what these tools are for. This is for deciding, and this is for implementing. So when you're at different phases of working on a change or a process, creating a process, revising a process, you would want to use these. Over here in working with numbers, these are the page numbers. These are used with counting, when you're counting things. How many? What did we do? And this measures things. So you see some of them work in both. Okay, and then this third one is about working in teams. And that may be something that you need as an employee, if you're in an environment where you work in a lot of teams, in a school project. This could be very, very helpful. I will not explore anything other than the 7 tools that we're going to cover. So I wanted to show you what it was. And then this is another page. And of course, let me see if I can do this without embarrassing myself. Of course not. What does that do? No. Hold on 1 second. Of course not. Okay, sorry, I can't do this right now without embarrassing myself, so I'm just embarrassed right now. So this is a quick tool finder for some of those. So you'll see the check sheet we're going to do, the flow chart, Pareto chart. This shows you how to do them, and it shows you that kind of thing. So those are from the book that is optional. Like I said, it's not a horrible little book. Okay. And so these are your readings for about quality tools, what they are, how to use them, and how they pertain to us. I can come over here. Now, the very first thing that we need to do is figure out what is a process. Because in order to implement a quality tool, you have to have a process. You're either looking to implement a process, create a process and implement it, or you're looking to monitor a process or revise a process. So we need to know what that is. So there's information here on exactly what is a process. And so you can go through. It's not important to memorize any of this. There's no final. I highly recommend that you bookmark these or save them. You can just create a Word document, like if this were a Word document, and save these for future reference. But this will help us with what is a process before we get started. Okay, your videos, I try to make them, these are a lot. And I said, admittedly, this looks like a lot, but there's a lot to do to get started. So we're going to talk about some of these things. These videos are all 9 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes. They're pretty short. I try to pick the shorter ones, but I want to give you information that's going to help. If it's something that's really long, like lean thinking, I want to give you an introduction to it, but we're not going to focus a lot on it. So kind of spot check some of the long, look at this 36-minute video. Spot check it, get a feel for it, save it, watch it later, put your kids to sleep to it or something like that. But I wanted to give you a lot to give you, like I said, there's no textbook. So I wanted to give you some information to really, help you understand what's going on. And as with the readings and the videos, please feel free to go to the internet. Everybody has access, and do your own research. If you still don't understand what a process is, you still don't understand what's going on, do your own research and find the readings and the videos that help you understand it. Make sure that they're pretty scholarly. I mean, the purpose of the internet is for information, but sometimes people put out bad stuff. I tried to just find a variety of things to keep them short and entertaining, but please feel free to do your own research. I can go to this next page. Okay, this is the class introductions. So I just want to know your name, your major, are you close to graduation, Why did you take this class? What are your expectations? What do you do on a daily basis? At work, home, or school, tell us functionally what you do. What do you do to function every day? I get up, I go to work, I do this. Don't go into huge graphic detail, and certainly don't betray any secrets if you work for the government or something. But what kind of things do you do on a daily basis? And what do you what do you hope to achieve after finishing this Quality Tools course? So in order to get this to work, you click on Click to Launch, and it will take you to the discussion board. And then you just click up here and click on Create Thread, and then you create your own. Whoops, it was right there. I'm going to do this really short because you don't need to sit here and watch me type. And I'll come back and edit that later. So then once you post, it's there. And then to reply to somebody, you just click on the link right here and say something. Okay? All right. Now, let me see if I can go back. It's always iffy as to exactly where I'll wind up. Ooh, close. That's that. If I click on cancel, where will that take me? Okay. So, no. That's okay. So that's how to post to the discussion and then reply to at least 2 others. And remember, you filled you agreed to in the syllabus orientation quiz that your initial posts will be at least 6 sentences and your replies will be at least 5. And don't break. But and that's 6 complete sentences and 5 complete sentences. Don't break them up. Okay, I want complete sentences. They are graded. Okay. All right, so now the journal, we can click over here. The journal is between you and me, okay? And so I don't want you to go in and just answer each of these questions individually. I want you to read the questions, and I want you to sit down and make it a free form. Tell me about yourself. Incorporate your answers to those questions, but do not break it up and just put question number 1, here's what I'm studying. Why am I taking this class? I want paragraphs. I want you to talk. I don't want you to be hindered by the questions. I want you to talk to me, but answer those questions in what you're saying. Okay. Well-written paragraphs. You can certainly use Word to, copy this paragraph and then start working on it. Do not attach a document. It says right here, do not attach a document, but type directly in the journal. So then you would highlight, copy, and paste, and you can paste it into the journal. But I want to read the journal as if you wrote it to me. Okay, so include the answers to these questions and anything else that you want to tell me about your work, about how you feel about taking this class, any challenges that you might be facing, whether you think it's going to be a piece of cake or not. I like cake. And so just tell me about yourself. This is your chance to just tell me what you're doing. Why are you taking this class? What do you hope to get out of it? How do you think you're going to apply what you learned? What do you do? Where do you go? Those kind of things. Okay, just keep it pertinent to this, but please feel free to talk to me. Okay, now we're moving into the meat of stuff. Okay, so after doing the videos and the readings, now we're going to do, this is the Module 1 discussion. Ordinarily, I would have it moving forward, but it's not the way this worked out. Okay, so this is talking about processes. Choose a daily task that you do. List all the steps. Be very specific, as though you had to tell someone else how to do it, and you should have at least 5 steps. Did you previously think about all the steps before you actually had to write them down? What would happen if a step were omitted or done out of order? What quality tools could be used on this process? Now, that last question is just based on what you learned about quality tools. Okay, it's not the meat of the question. The meat of this question is, take a process that you do. Making coffee every morning, as long as it has 5 steps. That's not pulling up to Starbucks and ordering. I'm talking about actually using a coffee maker. Getting the kids ready for bed. If you had to leave a list of chores for the babysitter, what is a process? In order to put Timmy down for bed, these are the orders, these are the things that must be done. And so just write out that, tell us what the process is. Making coffee in the morning, putting Timmy to bed at night, notes to the babysitter. Here's how Timmy goes to bed at night, and list them out. okay? And that's all you have to do. But then when you go back, so it says at least 6 sentences, but you can certainly write a little paragraph if you need to. Basically, what's more important is that this have at least 5 steps. You can write a paragraph about if any of these are omitted, that kind of thing can roll into the 6 sentences. Or if they're done out of order, Timmy won't be able to go to sleep, whatever. And so do that. So then when you go back and you reply to the other students, look at the processes. Is there a step that you thought of that maybe was omitted? Was it complete? Are there questions? Are there things you can say? Okay. So yes, definitely compliment them, but don't cut your answers short either. Okay. All right. So I'm giving you this week 1 activity summary because this came from a previous instructor, and that's what he called it. Okay. So this is part of your assignment. So project activities, think about a series of activities that you do on a regular basis. Okay. That is your process. So this could be the same one that you just did in your discussion. Okay. You will evaluate, analyze, and improve upon it to make it better. You might choose something that you do in your workplace. It could be something that you do day to day. Okay, put a name to it in the form of a verb and a noun. So, for instance, if you were going to do something at work, your process might be pay vendors. And so, if it's something like, putting your child to, making coffee, handling bedtime, something like that. So your process should be in the form of a verb and a noun. And then you're going to do those steps. And there's a reason that discussion is first, because you may not have known about this, okay? So make sure you read through exactly what these are. There are some information about Six Sigma, Performance Express, and some things about creating a SIPOC exam. Okay, and so here's a template that you can use. And here's some information on how to create it in Excel. So the previous instructor did provide these videos from YouTube about how to do these. Okay. And then create a first pass model of your process. So here's some information about Post-it notes. So all I want out of this assignment is the SIPOC exam. If you want to go ahead and do this Post-it note thing, you certainly can. But there's information, a quick overview of process mapping, and a little bit about the SIPOC exam. Okay, and then when you finished your diagram, you can use Excel to lay it out. You can use Word. You can use it, whatever you need to do. You can do it by hand and then take a picture of it and scan it in a document or PDF. That's completely fine. I'm going to also take these and I'm going to attach them up here at the top. So then this is the activities that you're going to do, and then you submit your assignment in the next content area. And so I just have exactly the same information here, but I wanted to give you a chance to read it before you actually access the document. So you'll see that it says click here to submit. That takes you to this page, and then you can browse your computer and find the document. If you want to move your window over a little bit, and if you have another window with where your document, either your desktop or your USB or your My Documents, you can click and drag, and when this turns purple, let it go and you'll see it load up right there. Okay, so then what you'll see is you'll see the document, and when you click on submit, it will show up in a window that has the document for me to look at. So the 2 discussions and this assignment are the only things that you have to do this week. If you have any questions, if you need any assistance, if anything is not clear, admittedly, a lot of what I'm working with is from another instructor. And I read through it and tried to make it as clear as I possibly could. But if you have any questions or need assistance, contact me through messages over here on the left. You remember it's an email system, so then just create message. And when you go look for me, make sure you choose the one that says instructor. So Glennis Thompson instructor, it's all in caps the same way all of yours are. This other one is in upper and lowercase. And then select my name, move it over here, and then tell me specifically what you're working on and what you have trouble, what doesn't make sense, what do I need to intervene. Smart students like you will access this material on Monday and Tuesday and be able to at least look at it and begin it, so that if you do have questions, you can contact me during my office hours. And you can do that by using Pronto IM. And now I can't click on it because it will just open it for me. But when you click on it, you can use your email address. I would use your email address rather than exposing your phone. Not that I don't trust these people, but your email address is attached to this class. So use your CNM email address, and they will email you a code, and then you put that code in, and then you're into Pronto IM for all of your classes. And I will remember to open it on Monday and Tuesday. Okay? I'm really looking forward to helping you and to learning from you. So welcome to class and have a great week. Thank you so much.